morning everyone, Leah here. So today we are continuing our acne skincare series and this is part 2. And if you guys haven't watched the part 1 video where I go through and break down each and every single acne treating skincare ingredients, please give that video a watch first. We do need a little baseline of knowledge to understand these skincare products and how they work and how it affects the skin, and most importantly how it actually treats acne. And before we get into the video, I would really appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button down below. It costs you nothing, but it really does mean a lot. If that's done, we will jump right into the video. Some of you guys were a bit upset at the fact that I didn't talk about sulfur as an acne treating skincare ingredient. So I'm going to be briefly touching on the ingredient sulfur, and then we'll be moving on to the products that do contain sulfur. Sulfur is basically a very commonly found ingredient in a lot of commercial, conventional skincare products that are made for acne-prone skin. It also treats rosacea and psoriasis. It's also an effective treatment for fungal acne, malassezia folliculitis. It is a great antifungal agent, antibacterial agent, but most importantly, it is a really great keratolytic agent. We talk about keratolytic a lot, but it's basically a fancy word of just letting your skin shed away all the dead skin cells or thickened up keratin or thickened up skin. In a way, I would compare sulfur directly to azelaic acid in terms of the mechanism of how it works for acne, but do know that azelaic acid has another benefit of brightening or lightening the skin. Sulfur as well, you can use it during pregnancy, and also it is believed to be safe during breastfeeding, lactation. 10% seems to be the most common concentration that you'll find in a lot of OTC products, acne medications, and acne skincare products. But to some population who has really sensitive skin, sulfur can dry out your skin or either really irritate the skin. The very first sulfur containing acne product that I want to talk about is the Sunday Riley Saturn mask. It contains 10% of sulfur, 4% of niacinamide, 1% of zinc PCA, which all make this a really powerful acne treatment mask. And the biggest reason why I love this and the biggest reason why I recommend this to people is that it is really hydrating and nourishing and moisturizing compared to a lot of other sulfur masks or clay mask or something that contains really potent amount of acne treatment. It can be certainly drying, and I'm always opposed to the idea of drying skin out because you are really compromising your skin barrier. You are really triggering more sebum production to activate. If you do use this as a spot treatment, this will last you over a year, and I don't really recommend you guys to use this as an overnight full face mask. I would only suggest you to use this on the spots, probably for 15 to 20 minutes max, and then wash it away and then apply your regular hydrating skincare routine, and you will notice that your skin is less inflamed and the zits or the cystic acne is less visible. So I would highly recommend this over those pink powder sulfur spot treatments that is just intending to suck away all the possible moisture, hydration, and oil that you naturally have. If the Saturn mask is out of your budget, there is a really affordable option from De La Cruz, and that's a sulfur 10% ointment, which I ordered and it hasn't come in time, so that's why I don't have the actual product, nor I have tested that out yet. That product is basically sulfur 10% along with just a moisturizing ingredient. So it basically is like an ointment that you can use it on the spots, and it has really glowing reviews, so it seems like it's worth investing $5. Next, I want to talk about this range from CosRx. This is the AC collection. It does contain sort of a sulfur-like ingredient, which is dimethyl sulfone, and that's actually just an edible form or ingestible form of sulfur. It's commonly called as MSM, and MSM is found in a lot of oral supplements. It's also naturally found in our body. MSM as an ingredient seems to have a lot of scientific researches and a lot of health benefits when you take it orally, but it was hard for me to find any evidence supporting how it affects when you apply topically and how that affects your acne. Let's break down this calming liquid mild first. It contains dimethyl sulfone, betaine salicylate, which is a form of BHA, and PHA as well to exfoliate your skin surface. The main ingredient is green tea water, which is effective in controlling your sebum production and delivering antioxidant benefits. It contains madecassoside and tea tree leaf oils. I have used this straight for about a month, but I couldn't continue using it beyond that because it was a little bit drying and it still felt a little bit astringent-y. I felt like my skin was just reacting even more because it was becoming drier and drier. Compared to the mild version, they do have an intensive version in the same liquidy form, and instead of containing green tea, the intensive version comes with propolis extract. Propolis is always great for antiviral, antibacterial, therefore making a really great acne treating ingredient. And compared to the mild version, this doesn't contain PHA. Instead, it contains just traditional AHA such as glycolic acid and lactic acid to really resurface the skin and kind of decongest your pores. It contains BHA as well, tea tree leaf oil, dimethyl sulfone, and madecassoside to soothe the skin. To me, this definitely feels a lot like stronger. It does deliver a punch to your skin, therefore making it even drier to my skin. Once in a while treatment, this might be an okay idea, but not like my very first choice. This was an interesting product. This is the AC Collection Ultimate Spot Cream, and it contains calamine, dimethyl sulfone, which is another form of sulfur, and zinc PCA to really draw and absorb the excess sebum. And it was very interesting to me because they tried to make it non-drying, so they added a bunch of oil and occlusives. So there's fatty alcohol, sunflower seed oil, palm kernel oil, but they also added tea tree oil and madecassoside as well. Compared to a lot of Western acne treatments, I think this is far more gentle. You wouldn't feel like your acne is diminished overnight by using this, but you would definitely feel like it's kind of soothed down. Overall, the AC collection from CosRx didn't really impress me or blow me away. Very, very interestingly, in a very similar time, the CosRx AC line was launched. Pyunkang Yul, they launched a very, very similar range with a pretty similar ingredient list. These also rely on dimethyl sulfone, zinc PCA, and madecassoside and green tea extract. This range doesn't contain tea tree oil. So in Pyunkang Yul acne range, instead of using straight up BHA, they use willow bark tree extract, which is the mother nature form where BHA is originally derived. The toner is super duper watery, so as soon as you apply it, it does feel even more drying or dehydrating. It takes away more water from your skin, it feels like. What I do like from the range is this acne cream. So I wouldn't say this entire acne range from Pyunkang Yul is meant to clear your acne, but I would say it's very soothing. And this acne cream especially is a watery gel texture moisturizer, but I think this adds a really nice hydrating layer that you can apply before your moisturizer. Or if you do live in a hot and humid climate, this would be a really perfect moisturizer on its own. And in this acne cream, I love the fact that they use mild emulsifiers, which happens to have little to no irritation or allergic reaction history, which is always a plus. And this also contains green tea extract, niacinamide, and allantoin to soothe down the skin and hydrate the skin. It also has licorice root extract, which is known to be a really effective skin brightening ingredient. So as I said, I wouldn't say this entire range is supposed to clear your acne, but it's very, very safe for acne prone skin to use it. This one especially is very soothing. Spot cream is somewhat kind of pointless to me. It really wouldn't do anything other than intensely hydrating your spots. Moving on to BHA, salicylic acid, aka the most commonly used acne treating skincare ingredient. There are a lot of drugstore BHA options. However, when it comes to BHA containing product, I think nothing really beats the Paula's Choice 2% BHA exfoliant. It is a cult classic for a reason. Not that I notice a huge difference using this product over other BHA products because my skin agrees to AHA way more, but formulation wise, this is just such a simple, straight up really hydrating and moisturizing BHA formula that doesn't clog the pore and that just does the job. The ingredient list is so simple. It contains 2% salicylic acid and green tea extract to probably deliver antioxidant benefits and also regulate the sebum production. And other ingredients are just there to stabilize the ingredients, preservative, and hydrate the skin. Definitely you can't really go wrong with this. If you're looking for a BHA in a face wash foam, in a cleanser, this is something that I highly recommend. The Inkey Salicylic Acid Cleanser. Salicylic acid is known to be still effective in a face wash form. It comes in a clear gel and it doesn't lather up too crazy. It just gently washes away all the impurities and leaves your skin still very bouncy and hydrated, which I really do love about. This one also, you can't really go wrong with it. Moving on to my favorite acne clearing or pore unclogging ingredient is AHA. AHA is basically a chemical exfoliant that is water soluble, so it remains on top of the skin, ungluing the dead skin cells that are blocking the pore. So if you do have whiteheads or kind of mild pimples, AHA can be a really great way to target those. My favorite and my holy grail is KraveBeauty Kale-Lalu-yAHA. It contains 5.25% of glycolic acid, which is an effective yet very mild percentage. While developing this formula, I was dying to share it with the world because it really single-handedly improved the whiteheads and the congestions and those like little pesky pimples that you get occasionally because of the clogged pores. Whenever I do have chest knee or back knee from time to time, I would just swipe over Kale-Lalu-yAHA. I don't throw away the cotton pad, I just rub it on my foot, on my kneecaps, and wherever that is kind of neglected, and it really does the job in resurfacing the skin, unclogging the pores. But since glycolic acid is the smallest molecule from the whole AHA group, it can be really effective, but also at the same time it can be a little bit too much for rosacea skin or sensitive skin to handle. So in that case, you can opt for lactic acid or mandelic acid or even PHA. And among the lactic acid formulas or the products that I've been trying, this definitely stood out. It is the Inkey lactic acid. This does come in a watery form, so it's super duper runny. Apply this in your toner step. This really does the job pretty effectively in a very affordable price range as well. Moving on to Retinoid, the vitamin A family. First we have the adapalene, aka Differin gel, and this is basically an over-the-counter drug now that you can access without a prescription, which is a huge thing in the United States because visiting a dermatologist can really break your arms and legs sometimes in the United States depending on your medical insurance and whatnot. This just made the whole acne treating game more affordable, so in that sense I do commend Differin for that, or the US FDA for that. Differin uses adapalene as a main ingredient, which is a family of retinoic acid, and it is the most commonly used retinoic acid for acne prone skin, along with tretinoid. I'm not the best person when it comes to speaking about the Differin gel because I have not personally used this or experienced this yet. I do hear that still some of you guys do experience peeling and scaling and some irritation using this, so ease your skin into it if you do decide to pull the trigger to use this. If you do decide to venture out to the skincare products that contains retinol, one thing that I do highly recommend you guys is HBr or Granactive retinoid. I do find that to be the most tolerable and the most gentle form of any kinds of retinoid family. You can find this easily in a really cheap, affordable product. The ordinary Granactive retinoid 2% in Squalane. It is a straight up 2% HBr solution in Squalane oil. It also contains jojoba seed oil and tomato fruit extract for antioxidant. The reason why brands like Ordinary can keep the price as low as possible is that they don't really do a whole lot of formulation. So they take the material from the raw material supplier. They probably would add like jojoba seed oil, tomato fruit extract, or maybe it does come with it like a full package, and they package it in a bottle and then just sell it to consumers. So their idea is definitely making active ingredients as affordable and as accessible as possible. And if you feel like you can venture out a little bit more and if you want to care more about formulation, I have some options for you. The Pestle and Mortar Superstar Night Oil. This is a really great one. It is a blend of beautiful oils such as jojoba seed oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, carrot seed oil, blackcurrant seed oil. My skin just drinks it up, and it contains HPR, aka Granactive Retinoid, and it just has been working really well without any kinds of irritation or whatnot. My skin feels brighter and smoother whenever I apply this. So this is a really beautiful option that you can look into if you are in your 30s like me. Another retinol product that I'm giving a try is Sunday Riley A+ High Dose Retinol Serum. It contains 5% of HPR, the Granactive Retinoid, and on top of that they added 1% of liposome encapsulated retinol. And this sounds super duper technical, but basically what it means is that they wrapped around the retinol ingredient into a lipidy cushion or shell. That way the retinol doesn't really give a punch as soon as you apply it, but it slowly releases on the skin throughout your wear. And liposome encapsulated retinol is supposed to be far more stable in the formula than just using retinol on its own. Even though this is a pretty high dose serum, it doesn't feel as though it's super strong or irritating. I do have fairly sensitive skin, but my skin tolerated pretty well. Texture-wise, it is pretty similar to Good Genes. It does leave a slight moisturizing feel or occlusiveness to it, but for anti-acne purposes, I think you can just stick to the most affordable option, see how your skin reacts to it. Moving on to the next product, this is the Effaclar Duo from Laroche Posay. The Effaclar Duo in the United States contains benzoyl peroxide, 5.5% of it, but in Europe and in Korea doesn't contain benzoyl peroxide. What I find unique about Effaclar range is not the benzoyl peroxide or other acne treatment itself, but it's the use of lipohydroxy acid. And lipohydroxy acid is sort of like a cousin to salicylic acid, so it delivers similar benefits of using salicylic acid, such as being a keratolytic agent, anti-inflammatory to some degree, and antibacterial to some degree, but it seems to be more well tolerated to wider range of people. Since the US version of Effaclar Duo contains benzoyl peroxide in a pretty high percentage, 5.5%, it will zap your zit, but it'll be a little bit too drying. Do remember to deliberately moisturize, and also don't forget to constantly repair your skin barrier. Azelaic acid seems to be a really great gentle ingredient for those who have acne, rosacea, and someone who is breastfeeding and pregnant. It is mild and safe to use, but it's kind of hard to find a really good azelaic acid formulation. The Ordinary has 10% of azelaic acid suspension. Paula's Choice also has a booster that contains 10% of azelaic acid. Both are okay. This is a little bit too drying and too mattifying, so I feel like it just dries your skin out, and sometimes this does feel very, very irritating. With the Paula's Choice, I love the formula a little bit better than the Ordinary one, and this even contains licorice root extract for skin brightening and also salicylic acid on top of it. With this as well, I don't feel like it really does the job of what azelaic acid is supposed to. Let me know if you guys tried any products with azelaic acid that you guys really liked below in the comment box. I would love to check it out. Needed that tea break for a while. Moving on. So everyone is calling this Aztec Indian Healing Clay Mask as like a miracle worker, a magic fix for acne prone skin. Is it really worth the hype? I wouldn't say it's harmful to use it on your skin because it's basically 100% calcium bentonite clay, and you mix with either water, or they recommend you to use apple cider vinegar to make it more as an active bentonite treatment. Calcium bentonite clay contains a lot of minerals including silica, calcium, sodium, copper, magnesium, and such, depending on the source of the bentonite clay. And generally bentonites are just a really wonderful good absorbent, which means that it will really suck all this overproduced sebum. But know that this is not like a fundamental fix. It wouldn't be too harmful using this from time to time, but probably not all over the skin, but maybe on the spot that you need some drying action. Again, I do feel like there are more gentle and more effective and better ways to regulate your sebum production, such as using green tea extract or rosehip oil that has higher linoleic acid to oleic acid ratio, niacinamide or zinc PCA. Those can be a better and more gentle option to manage your sebum production topically. And also there are supplements such as taking zinc supplements, or consuming a healthier diet that doesn't trigger your insulin fluctuation as much. So my 2 cents about this product is that it's not harmful, but again, it's not something that I would proudly recommend. Similarly, there is another hyped up cult favorite product that a lot of you guys asked my opinion on, and that is African black soap. I have tried it in the past. It is very cleansing. It would work for sure by drawing out impurities and also really cleansing your skin, but also do keep in mind that it does it by compromising your skin barrier and really damaging your acid mantle. The pH of these soaps are probably around pH of 10, 11, which is super alkaline. I like the fact that Shea Moisture African black soap comes with shea butter and aloe, vitamin E, and oats to really nourish and moisturize your skin at the same time, but still it seems to be pretty abrasive choice to go for when it comes to clearing acne. I totally respect the cultural history behind this, but also at the same time, there isn't an exact scientific evidence that I can confidently say that this is effective for acne treatment. Moving on to some soothing products that are targeting acne-prone skin. Red Erasing Cream. It's supposed to really heal the red marks that your acne leaves. It uses zinc oxide as the main active ingredient to fade away or to soothe down the irritation and the redness. And also this claims to repair your skin barrier as well. You can use this all over the skin, or you can use it only on the spots where you have squeezed your pimple or you are left with some red marks after your acne is gone. And it's a pretty simple formula. I went onto their website and it seems like though they have done a pretty diligent work doing their own testings for the true efficacy of this product. And I saw one test claiming that this significantly reduced the hyperpigmentation and the melanin count have reduced significantly after 4 weeks of use. So I'll be excited to continue using this. I'll definitely report back if I do see improvement. The texture itself is still very zinc oxide-y or zinky. It's very pasty and kind of chalky, and that's the only con of it. We have another Korean skincare product, and this is Dr. G Red Blemish Clear Soothing Cream. This is not by any chance an acne treatment, but they are claiming this is safe for acne prone skin to use it. It's non-comedogenic and it's very lightweight, and also it claims to reduce redness significantly. It does contain niacinamide for that purpose, I would only assume, because that's the only active ingredient that they have used, but the whole formula seems to be pretty gentle. It contains madecassite, centella asiatica, beta-glucan to hydrate the skin and nourish the skin. I do firmly believe that all acne prone skin should be using something that is gentle and soothing, that is fragrance free perhaps, and I really adore the texture. I think this will be a really perfect soothing gel texture in summertime. If you store this in the fridge, that would offer a really great cooling sensation as well. Can't really tell if it does reduce redness, to be honest, but this is definitely a great soothing gel cream for acne prone skin. If you are a fan of madecassite, this is probably made for you. Madecassite Ampule from Upyu. This only contains 2 ingredients, and one is centella asiatica extract, which is the mother source of madecassite, and second is madecassite. Texture and the consistency of this reminds me a lot of other hyaluronic acid serums. How I like to use it is that I just drench a cotton pad and then put it on the area where I have a lot of redness or some irritation or some pimples, and then leave it on for like 5 to 10 minutes before the cotton pad completely dries up, and then you will notice how well your skin is tamed and soothed down. So I really like this for those kind of like active soothing treatment, and I think you can't really go wrong with this. So that is it. I reviewed all 25 or 24 different products today. I hope you guys found this informative. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and share this video with another friend who is struggling with acne, and please tell them they don't need to dry out their skin. I have a whole playlist on acne, so definitely give those a watch. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!